These are a list of watches that I have to see at least once during my lifetime. Let's get into it. Alright, starting off ridiculously strong, maybe the highest contender on this list, mostly because I've seen a lot of vintage Patek, but this is the Patek Philippe 5372. This is a perpetual calendar and split-second chronograph, all packed into a 38mm case. Just ridiculous. Next up, and this one's kind of random, we have the Roger Dubuis Hommage chronograph. I don't think a lot of people realize this, but before Roger Dubuis started making monstrosities like this, they made some of the most absolutely gorgeous and elegant chronographs ever made. And in a very similar vein, probably the same spot, we have the early Franck Muller chronographs. I mean, just look at these. They are absolute perfection. From there, we have the Rolex 6062. This is one of only two vintage references, the 8171 being the other one, of moon phases in Rolex's collection. Super important, just pivotal piece in their history, and very cool. Moving on to Journe, we have the first series resonances with the gold dial. These have started to kind of oxidate now, and they are starting to turn a little bit, and they just look absolutely insane. Back to Patek with a vintage reference I haven't seen. This is the 3448, often referred to as one of the most gorgeous and proportionally perfect watches ever made, and you can see why. It's just incredible. Then we have Cartier with the very early Tank Centrés. Absolutely just gorgeous pieces, foundational in the Tank lineup and in Cartier's history. Would be very cool to see one of these, especially this platinum one. And last but certainly not least, going back to Rolex, we have the 4113 split-second chronograph. If you have spent any time on vintage Rolex forums, you have heard and seen this watch. Absolutely, again, just super important piece. You're probably noticing a theme here, but this is one of the most important pieces in vintage Rolex history. Incredibly rare, incredibly valuable, but would love to see one in the metal someday. That being said, comment down below what watches are on your list to see at some point during your lifetime.